challenge lock for you. This is the one that Bobby Keyz sent me that I just unpackaged a little while ago. I sat here and played with it a little bit because he wanted me to test it out and see how good he did. And from what I could tell, he did a pretty good job on this lock. Except for one small problem. It is slightly susceptible to raking with the Octo. Now the Octo, I've busted a few challenge locks with this thing, just playing around, not even really trying to pick them. But so that's nothing too surprising. But I have been able to many times get this thing in here and rock up a pretty deep false set, and then I can go in and touch a couple of pins and unlock it. It's not wanting to do it right now, which of course as soon as I turn the camera on, everything I try just doesn't work. Yeah, see, there's that false set. And the false set's not that bad to get on its own, but that saves me a few seconds. And then I can get in there with a pick I'm looking for. There we go. A little Sparrow's Euro hook. And there we go. But that's not single pin picking, and I'm not going to lead you guys on that that's all I want to do. I want to single pin pick it and see what happens now. Okay, a little bit off of 1, a little bit off of 2, got some off of 3 and went into a false set. Now, let me turn this so you can see it a little bit better. Now I'm just feeling for feedback. There's a little bit of more turn off of, felt like 3. I got a lot of counter rotation on 5. Okay, 5 set. A little counter rotation on 4. And that was a trick. I overset 4 there. Okay. Okay, got 5. Little counter rotation on 1. Okay, got him. Counter rotation on 2. Not sure what I did there. So single pin picking this lock is a totally different story than throwing a rake in it. And it feels like I've got some oversets happening here, so I'll start over real quick. Pin 1. Pin 3. A little bit counter rotation on 2. I believe 2 might be a trap, fellas. Starting to get my falset back. I'm just feeling for my feedback here. We go with a slightly taller pick. Okay. And there we go. So all in all, not a bad pick. Pretty fun actually. It talks to you, then it gets to a point, and then it stops talking to you. And you got to figure out how to get it to talk to you again, just like, I don't know, a woman maybe. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just use that same pick to push this down. I went ahead and took the tail piece out of this. It had a tail piece in it, just to make it a little bit easier for me. Put that thing upside down. There's our spring. And I'll need my medium follower. I've kind of got my desk a little bit crowded right here. I'm rendering some other videos on my laptop right now. Yep, I'm going to have to shim this. There we go. Okay, we see all 5. Go ahead and taking a quick look. I see some counter milling right there on chamber 4. And threads in 1, 2, and 3. 4 is standard. And I've got a reduced diameter in chamber 4 and a reduced diameter in chamber 5. Tricky, tricky. Okay, that's a nice looking pin. I'll go ahead and zoom in on these here in just a minute. There's my tweezers. Alright, I've got a pin and pin in chamber 1. And it is a spooled pin and pin T-pin. Pretty nice pin. Chamber 2 has a drunken spool. Let me go ahead and see if I can get these springs out of the way so I can get that. Okay, there's the spring from 1. There's the spring from 2 and the wafer that sits above the drunken spool. Okay. I've got another nice pin and pin with serration. A nice stepped down, really sharp spool. And a dumbbell spool in 5. Go ahead and get the rest of these springs out because he did change up the springs. I'd like to show them to you. All right. All right, so we got a nice pin and pin here. Nice pin and pin here. All right, so let's see if he did anything to the Bible. Yeah, he snuck a Dremel in there and countermilled the Bible on chamber 5. Man, he's trying to throw all the tricks out here on me on this lot. Good times. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at these pins and springs and show you what we have. We've got a really nice spooled serrated for the driver on one, a spooled T-pin, and he's actually gone through and looks like he's polished the T-pin. That way it'd be nice and slick inside of that spool. We got a nice sharp spool here with a serrated. Then we've got a drunken spool. We've got a really nice serrated key pin. We've got another pin and pin, but this time it's a serrated pin and pin. Really nice looking pin. We've got a step down spool. Gives you a couple of different feelings on it, and it's got a really sharp edge to get caught up in serrations, except it's not getting caught up in serrations in chamber 4. It's actually designed to get caught up in that countermilling right there, and it's countermilled on both sides. And then underneath of it, we've got a inverted wedding cake. Let me focus back up again. We've got an inverted wedding cake. And then we've got a reduced diameter spool. And we've got a dumbbell spool above it. He's changed up the springs. We've got varying spring tension throughout. We got a copper, a steel, a thinner steel, a different type of copper, and a different type of steel. So we got 3 different types of steel springs and a couple different types of copper springs in it. All in all, pretty good lock. It was pretty chatty, so it did tell me what needed to be picked from time to time. Bobby, you did an excellent job on these pins. They're I couldn't have done a much better job myself. So, great lock, man. Great lock. Everyone else, please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. And please, like and subscribe.